cleans it up real fast out of that.
I'm glad you talk about like the numbers and the mechanical aspects of it all too, but when it comes to the emotions, he does not really fret, I feel like, in that regard. He's always having fun no matter what. We have a lot of experience with this cat, being able to talk to him in and out of tournaments. He's having fun through and through, so how do you even like try to dampen or dishearten the type of tactics and strategies he's looking to implement in a type of matchup like this, especially with so much on the line? You gotta feel, I think, LESHAR having more pressure on his shoulders with a chip on his shoulders going forward into game one. And speaking of, let's get into it. URIEL VELORIO versus LESHAR.
And to your point, how is LESHAR gonna deal with this, right? I think he needs to start hot early. I think he needs to shut down some of the things that URIEL is gonna be looking for. He's holding the parry right there just to see if LESHAR was gonna let the flicker rock. But yeah, he needs to get a hot start, slow down URIEL, and try to force a pace that he's more akin to.
Now we see the more aggressive style coming in from URIEL VELORIO. He was shaking hands just a little bit in neutral, but now it's LESHAR trying to strike. It's mostly going to be the counter poke way. He's looking for ranges where he can easily snipe out your limbs. Here we go.
I want to see how URIEL kind of deals with that, right? He can get the step kick, there's dragon lashes, Ken's has different ways, and the jump, of course, the classic, to just get past something like the flicker. And LESHAR, we saw him get punished by that a couple of times from JAK in the matchup yesterday as well with the jumps. Yeah,
I wonder if URIEL taking some notes in regards to some of the jumping angles he can take advantage of against Ed, where he's not going to be as sharp for the anti-air. But right now, there's a lot of space between the two. LESHAR initiating the pressure, drive rush back to back into the forward throw. He gets the follow behind the spark and lead the charge with that.
And a very slow match, right? We're already in the 30 seconds, both players trying to fill each other out in this first round, get a sense of the decision-making, immediate drive reversal to take away the plus frames.
So smart too, he's backing away. He doesn't need to necessarily hold the corner up close. He could back away and do damage that way with some of his elongated limbs. He could even go for trades against the fireball if URIEL is too predictable. But from further ranges, yeah, URIEL is hugging the corner. He doesn't mind that being at the deficit, but we got 12 seconds. Back-to-back jump! Exactly what we were talking about. He's got bars to his name, Ridge. 3 all the way through. You know he's gonna spend it. What an explosive start.
Incredible stuff from URIEL right there. He saw the time was ticking down. He was going to be forced into a decision. And the jump angles, that's what we had been setting up. And that's exactly what he was looking for. Now busting out, no free drive rushes here. Tried the DI, thought maybe LESHAR would advance behind it. But LESHAR keeping his distance and punishing outright instead.
Ooh, that was the smoothest continuation of that combo. Speaking of which, even more so, we got the trade combos coming in from LESHAR. This is exactly the situation that we were looking for, that he was looking for a little bit earlier on, because look at how much damage he just gets to stack over and over. The throw is coming perhaps from the side of URIEL VELORIO. He was thinking about it as well.
Yeah, indeed, right. Double prong there, just protecting himself from a throw and potentially getting a back throw, right? That's what he was going to need to really turn that last round around. So tried it, but LESHAR stayed one step ahead. Now he's going to look to establish the fireball, nullify his projectile with a flicker. Yeah, I was going to see, are we going to see some step kicks coming out, dragon lashes, jumps? We've seen all of those from URIEL so far. We'll see if he can find the right answer here, but try to sneak in with a throw, and LESHAR's not going to have it.
Yeah, you notice that aggression coming out when LESHAR was at the orange type of like gauge with his drive gauge, right? You knew LESHAR was going to try to set the pace with some of the sparks. So URIEL, he's looking for a little bit more of a drive gauge differential right now, but at the moment he's at a live gauge differential. This is going to be a big opener. To the corner you go. Watch out for these. Overheads blocked correctly.
You always gotta be aware of when you're gonna be left inside that crouch medium kick range from Ken. They are looking to reversal with that button every time if they can get it. And right now, LESHAR stuffs everything that URIEL was trying to escape the corner. And again, one thing that I've been really impressed with many of players here at CAPCOM Cup already is that they're not obsessed with getting close quarters Oki in the corner. They're rather back up and keep the opponent jailed properly, right? They're going to put themselves at distance to anti-air to shut down a lot of your options. And it's a super great strat with Ed because obviously he has the flicker and a bunch of options that you can still apply pressure with from that space.
He truly does, man. The amount of normals he has at his disposal, the special moves as well, it's all designed and catered to try to keep your opponent contained. And I do like the pacing overall from LESHAR to really recognize when to utilize it, right?
Absolutely. LESHAR, this is what we talked about. He needs to be the one to control the pace and the tempo of the match if he's going to have success against URIEL VELORIO. And URIEL, big backdash, and actually does end up getting the back throw even after flubbing the combo.
We like that. Those types of resets kind of throw LESHAR off his game a little bit. URIEL VELORIO, how do you, okay, what a time to dash out. LESHAR really sniping out these moments to thread the needle.
A couple of frame kills right there with the jabs. Trying to space everything perfectly. URIEL tried to catch him, doing something off the fierce, burns him out afterwards. Oh! Push, back to back with the dragon lashes and does challenge, but it's too slow of a super to actually beat the jab. URIEL recovers in time and puts a dub on the board.
Phenomenal. Still keeping it safe with the lights, right? That level 1 coming in at 13 frames, not going to be quick enough. URIEL VELORIO now off to a fantastic start up until this point. We get the roundhouse starter for the punish counter. The side switch as well, so deep with the uppercut. Level 1, obviously going to be parried now. LESHAR, a lot of damage being dumped out.
I like URIEL risking that when he has a round lead, right? Obviously, you were going to pay dearly for it, but that was going to be a big momentum switch if it did work. It does not, but he's got a round 3 if LESHAR does close this out here. Tried that air-to-air again. These jumps have just been so annoying for LESHAR that you don't even see the uppercut happen a lot of the time.
Yeah, and it's so smart that URIEL had that read to go in with a jumping light kick too, and now the Jinrai explosive level 3. LESHAR pretty darn close to getting that burnout against him. But we'll see right now, LESHAR is going to opt for any sort of reversal with the OD uppercut as he drive rushes through. No! He actually catches URIEL VELORIO slipping with the counter hit, mistiming his opportunity on offense.
That was sick. Sick read from LESHAR right there, right? URIEL went into the the drive rush and tried to bait out something. LESHAR read that and just woke up with the crouch medium punch, knowing that he wasn't actually committing to anything to burn him out.
Man, keeping the strings tight, still within enough range to get that light. Double bounce. No, he missed it. He missed just slightly, ever so slightly, to get the rest of the proper continuation.
Yeah, still great damage nonetheless, though, and still a dominant position for LESHAR to be in here in game 2 and close out the set. URIEL is going to burn himself out to try to force this offense. Oh, and an immediate perfect parry with the full punish afterwards. LESHAR's in the driver's seat. Oh, all the chip. He wanted the level 1 after. Just panicking in the moment to avoid the death that was inevitable. LESHAR looking clean on a bounce back after that rocky day 1.
Looking a little bit rough on.
He pushed the meta forward in anything he touches. We saw obviously the Street Fighter 4 Evo Championship with Gen. Once a slept-on character really woke up everybody to that, and he's done that time and time again. JAK with an incredible victory yesterday over LESHAR. Gave him a nice start. Did fall to Oil King later, and let's see how he does up against XIAN here, where he could establish himself a nice lead to maybe get out of the group, while XIAN has been dominating so far.
Truly, yeah. JAK actually has this opportunity to kind of dampen XIAN's overall record, right? This jump in is absolutely critical to start things off.
He's gonna apply the pressure here, and XIAN reaching off of the plus frames from the drive rush jab. Oh no, I have to imagine that was supposed to be an uppercut, but
it's either that or maybe like a crouching heavy punch as well.
Oh yeah,
on top of her. I don't really trust trying to cross-cut with Juri sometimes because of the jump arcs of certain characters.
That's a good point. Oh, but JAK not gonna need that. Found the corner anyway. Gonna be able to close it out with level 1. Yes, indeed.
Nice work, and it all started off with a very properly timed jump in against the fireball from XIAN. Kind of a little bit of an introductory phase, but we'll see what the adjustments are going to be made. Counter hit, just beat him to the punch, or I guess to the elbow. Going in now, back roundhouse, hello.
Yeah, JAK either got jumping or back dashing right there. Trying to escape. You see the fireball feint, so tricky with the strings. Try to catch JAK pressing a reversal button, but instead we got the parry once the light stream comes up. Whoa! My man's got all the combos I've never seen.
It's so clean, man. I love seeing those type of links into the light kick. You heard the flash, and that's a perfect. XIAN with a huge rebuttal, also maintaining 3 bars to his name down below. Drive rush forward to start things off. He's battling aggression with further aggression.
I like that, and that's something that JAK actually had talked about when going up against LESHAR specifically. He knows LESHAR's footsies and Ed's footsie game are immaculate, so he wanted to force the issue, get into the close quarters range, risk the jumps, risk the drive rush to try to just apply overwhelming pressure.
Oh, a slight miss after the side of just Kid, but now XIAN trying to regain not only the life lead, but also maintaining his drive gauge. This is going to be so pivotal. The spacing that he puts Juri at after the rest of this level 3. Fireball spacing is so important, but yeah, jumping's fine.
Yeah. Oh, the funky slicer hit him low. All the way through for the kill. That's so unfortunate because he did get put into just CA range. That would have been the extra bonus damage. Any hit, honestly, would have spelled the end for XIAN off that CA.
I love the pacing that they both play at, right? XIAN kind of gauges the water. It kind of tests the water just a little bit to see which of the alligators bite, but then a giant Jurassic Park-sized alligator just comes in with a jump roundhouse. JAK, I want to say, also adapting to what XIAN's been throwing down on the table too. It's very, very close-knit. I think XIAN, I feel like he might go a little bit more passive going into this round. Fireballs to start off at least. So I thought, never mind.
Yeah. Still looking to switch it up. That's the thing with XIAN, right? He's such a good in and out type player. Always mixing up the rhythm, never really autopiloting a specific tempo in the match. And because of that, it's very hard to catch on to his decision making, catch on to when you can actually find whiff punishes and anticipate certain options. Oh, give me that. Just like that right there, right? Using the forward advancing.
You know, I don't mind that. I like seeing players kind of like not know exactly what side to block on when it comes to the incoming, so they just kind of jump and get that reset either way. Yeah. Well, not reset, but it's a knockdown, but it's very difficult sometimes. Yeah. I'd rather do that than eat a full combo on pwn landing, right? Precisely.
Now trying to press back here, XIAN. Establishing the fireballs, leaving look for the Sobot. Jak wasn't ready for the whip punish though, even despite the backdash. Oh. Well, again, you see him just backdashing out of that range, but trying to force the issue at this level. It's going to be real tough from that distance to drive rush raw on these players. They're so good at checking it.
He's shown off that card before. Let's see if he kind of goes into the drive gauge as well, or the drive rush as well. I feel like it's one of the more potent tools that DJ has. Actually, probably the most potent thing that he's got in his arsenal in regards to establishing his offense.
Wow, and just short hop kneeing over the fireball that time. And yeah, I don't know if that was supposed to be like a counter hit or a punish counter. It wasn't actually one. Oh my goodness, and again, just trying to drive rush out of these held parry sequences, but XIAN knows that as a popular strat, players have developed, so he's just gonna put a button out after seeing you hold because he knows the cancel's coming.
Corner though, just a kid. While in burnout, level 3, you gotta do it, understandably so. You do put XIAN at a pretty close situation towards that burnout, but primarily you get your gauge back. You still get to force it. Yeah, you sure do.
And we saw XIAN, I believe he went with the tap parry right there, a little bit of a delayed tap parry to bring himself out, and Jak with the anti-air proper to stay alive in the set.
Beautiful. I love that addition to being able to bounce with that roundhouse and get a continuation uppercut perhaps, but just a kid, excuse me, Jak. I'm never gonna stop saying just a kid, I'm not gonna lie to you. You can call me out, Chad, it's fine. I'm messing up, that's my bad.
Oh my goodness, and just too far away after that jump in. A little bit ambitious, I feel like, when you landed from that far and then try the throw without walking forward more than he did. XIAN's making him pay for it.
Damn, 50%. Also checking the walk back with the sweeps. I'm loving that. Perfect parry. Some damage, and also a little bit more of the pushback. I thought it would be maybe like a back throw, like a slight walk up back throw, but totally fine. And very important tech for XIAN to space out with the Sobots.
Ooh, double level the Sobot. Try to base something out with a drive rush into the sway right there. That shallow knee drop is so pesky. Oh, nice job though, sequencing the normals. I wonder if XIAN tried a reversal crouch heavy punch. It's a very popular strat for DJ, just got beat by a quicker button that time. Oh, he jumped out of it!
What a read! We haven't actually seen that overhead being exercised from XIAN thus far.
Yeah, he uses it when he thinks people are going to reversal crouch medium kick. It just clears right over that and gives him a counter hit ground bounce combo. That time Jak didn't fall for it. Oh, he does get him in burnout. Both players now in it. Jak finally. Oh
no! No way! He could have just waited for the fireball to get closer to XIAN!
Yeah. Good play from XIAN right there, right? Knowing since he's in burnout.
This big stage, respectfully, a couple times more than URIEL VELORIO has, but we'll see, man. You can never count out someone like URIEL with such a keen mind to disrupting the player's strategies.
And that's the thing from Big Bird's perspective, right? You can't be overconfident going into this. You probably have the most matchup time against Ken in the world, honestly, but even with that, URIEL's going to be a different type of Ken than you're used to playing. Ken is obviously still an extremely dangerous character, so you've got to be disciplined about how you approach this matchup.
Already thirsty for some of the gauge there. Big Bird still in the orange. URIEL VELORIO gets the strike first. There was a lot of handshaking with the normals right out the gate.
I love that.
That was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, very practiced scenario from URIEL, obviously, knowing that the Dragon Lash was going to connect, but believe that was supposed to be just a regular kick button. Happens sometimes, the storage inputs.
Happens to the best of us, quite honestly. URIEL VELORIO. Now, what do you do against the assault? Important tech with the OD fireball. I love that. Such a smart decision for Big Bird. Let's throw it again. Dash up, apply the pressure. You thought it was your turn to try to tech this. Not quite. Slight shimmy with the crouching jab to finish.
Yeah, people love throwing projectiles after a tech throw, right? So when you got two projectile characters, it's smart to throw the OD. Just out-prioritize URIEL's entirely, but URIEL My goodness, no priority necessary here. The meaty step kick off that. He's showing him different looks. And look at that, the frame kill into the meaty stand. Medium punch gets a link, no counter hit necessary. And what a round from URIEL VELORIO.
He guessed correctly every sequence. Every single sequence. Big Bird got counter hit, Big Bird tried to move out of the way, all of the meaties had connected. But now, we might just see that from the side of Big Bird. Block on the overhead, very important. URIEL, he tried to get past it, he saw the parries, he thought it was his time to go. Back to back containment, at least from the spinning mixer. But URIEL getting knocked down after the Shoryu. Here comes the throw loops, potentially. Ooh, barely missed the mark.
Oh, yeah, I guess he was actually too far. He's probably too far to actually get the throw, but also too far to get hit by that counter to the throw. So fortunate from URIEL. Oh, he wants to get him to reach, but disciplined defense, empty jump setup regardless, you still get something. Throw as well, Big Bird's trying to make the most, try to stay aggressive during this burnout time. URIEL sneaks in some damage, and he actually baited it out. Big Bird, I think he thought that no way you wouldn't continue to press your advantage after hitting me with the overhead, but URIEL puts the brakes on. Big Bird can only give a nod of approval as URIEL VELORIO takes the first game.
What may be on paper may not be what it seems in the mind of URIEL VELORIO. He understands how to break the strategies of well-renowned players. This is truly evident right now with that big one next to his name. Big Bird had such a fantastic start. That uppercut hit for so far away. And that was the thing, a walk up into it from Big Bird. I didn't see a counter hit. I didn't see punish counter.
He thought he just whipped the jab and he thought he could get closer without actually having to be connected by the DP. That was rough for Big Bird. Now URIEL back against the wall here. Big Bird looking like he playing a little pissed off, if I say so myself.
A little bit annoyed.
I think he was angry.
He's Angry Bird now?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, he had to absorb the brethren.
Side note, does Angry Bird go by the angriest bird on his title also? I don't think so.
I win. He's the robot.
Okay.
But I like the angriest bird.
Should have been that way. All right. A lot of pressure coming in too from the SR, dashing up to, still in hands. Not going to make the most of it. That counter poke was so pivotal for URIEL VELORIO. Not just for the switch on the counter, sorry, switch on the sides, but also being able to reestablish the pace while he gains more of that drive gauge back.
Indeed, and we saw the first hit of that target combo, and Big Bird was able to punish it with a jab. If URIEL actually committed to the second hit, he would have beat it, but something to think about going forward. Oh, there she parries afterwards. He's very low on drive gauge as well. He's going to spin it. He does the level 2 to keep one bar and still get the burnout. Very optimal play. Oh, he tried to throw, and then he resets him afterwards. URIEL VELORIO. These are the type of decisions that we talked about. This is what you need to do. Throw off Big Bird's game. This is not how Angry Bird usually goes about sequencing his offense.
This man is actually the GOAT for that. That is sequencing that nobody can ever be prepared for, in my opinion. And he's looking to finish it off right now. URIEL has the upper hand with this corner pressure. Big Bird getting the heavy spinning mixer on the other side too. Not gonna let it rip just yet. Obviously, he's still got a long way to go first.
All right, punishes it, and of course he's gonna cover his bases if you jump out of the throw. I still got that. Baits out the ODDP as well. Big Bird got all the resources in the world to send this to a game 3. Man, what an answer from Big Bird right there. I was a little afraid, honestly. When it hit to round 3, I thought it was going to start getting away from him. I thought URIEL was going to be able to tilt him successfully after that previous round in the way he wanted, but Big Bird showing why he's got a finalist at EVO, finalist pretty much everywhere he's ever competed.
And I love the coverage over in the corner, right? He had his option select down just in case the throw had whiffed, and also the big read on the drive impact, double drive impact to erase the drive gauge from the side of URIEL VELORIO. He's seeing a lot of gray, and he's going to see a lot of damage. Either chip, either throw, either way, you're still going to have to block the mix.
Please get Ken some lotion, brother. He's looking way too ashy to survive this round. Still didn't build up a level 1 because it happened at the very beginning. So he's got to hold all this. And I love that Big Bird didn't immediately go to a DI, right? He really maximized that burnout time. But whoa, fakes out the safe jump, and URIEL waking up with a button. He's got a shot. Oh, never mind. Tried to fake something out, and Big Bird was more than ready for it. Wake up crouch, medium kick, set point.
Not enough moisturizer on the table, I'll tell you what, man. He was great forever and took so much damage and spent so much time in that corner.
Wow.
That punish kind of within range to get the forward medium punch link, allowing you to get the eagle spike into the setup for the SR. That was a counter hit down below as well.
That was so sick. Really, the Ken experience was shown off right there, the way he beat the Jin Rai. It looked like Uriel did actually go for a follow-up, but it got stuffed by that medium kick. Throw, all he needs is a strike or a throw one more time. Uriel woke up with the backdash, drive reversal offensively. Beautiful from Big Bird right there. And when it comes to the drive reversals, we've seen it a couple of times, right? When you try to drive reversal, a drive rush cancel string in reaction to the
spot, a decently comfortable spot,
yeah,
sitting at 1-1, being able to now get away from the mirror matches throughout the entirety of the week, I think that's pretty important to note, right? He doesn't have to rely on a different type of look. He gets to now run his game plan the way he wants to.
Man, the intros rock as well, pleasing the crowd, pleasing the viewers at home. LESHAR versus Oil King, and as you mentioned, both I believe 1-1 at this point. So we're gonna see here who is actually gonna establish a lead going forward and put themselves in prime position to hopefully make it out of this group. We can see both players starting off nice and slow. It's all 2 out of 3. You don't want to commit and cost yourself a lot of life for a reckless mistake. I love that from Oil King. He's just been taking that sweep conversion off of the punish counter, really setting himself up for prime Oki afterwards.
That medium kick is such a great counter poke tool as well. For multiple ranges, you could have certain certain conversions, but that roundhouse is just so pivotal too. To get that as we're talking about enhanced whirlwind for the enhanced movement, LESHAR, he immediately moved forward as soon as he saw the whirlwind.
Here, we'll try to base something out again, right? Oil King had gotten that previously off the drive rush cancel light. LESHAR looking to not give him much room here. He wanted that big starter with the fierce.
Got a couple of the sparks too. LESHAR, he's looking to push the agenda. He does have the last deficit. Oil King, big chillin'. He missed his conversion. That could have been it. That should have been death.
So unfortunate right there for Oil King. And man, LESHAR is gonna have a big opportunity to bring this one back now that Oil King is in burnout. He's got 2 bars. He's trying to bait out a super. He doesn't want to just commit. You can see, right? Jabbing with true strings and then waiting. Trying to get the DI. Still too far from the corner, though. The wall cling is not anti-aired. Again, LESHAR, he's had trouble, honestly, anti-airing throughout CAPCOM Cup as we see another jump and connect at a level 2 build.
So expensive. He had 2 opportunities for lethal. Oil King's just going to wait.
My man had the idle animation. That's it. My man Rashid was dancing over there.
Come on, let's pick up the pace. I love the voice line that comes out of Rashid when he's just standing there too.
And LESHAR, yeah, we gotta find some answers to this aerial game, whether it be air to airs. He's tried to dash under a few times as well, but we've seen him getting beat to the button once the opponent lands after that. It's been a real tough go of it.
Really feels that way too. We talked about the containment. Okay, wait a minute. He still can't snipe out Oil King. He's had so many free escapes out of the corner. He jump all the way down, actually. Got the punish counter. Oil King had pressed the button.
You know, my man LESHAR was like, what am I supposed to do, Ringe? I tried uppercut, I tried air to air. You told me both of those, they didn't work. Oh man, no way punish on that attempt. Had to be an execution error. I'm gonna chalk that one up to whoopsie daisy.
Yeah, man, this Daisy's not happy about it either.
Oh my goodness, and LESHAR obviously gonna ride all of that to an easy round win.
2 bars for the side of LESHAR. Could be a very explosive start to this round if he lands one solid heavy into the blitz. And as it stands right now, Oil King, he was trying to snipe out that limb. He missed his opportunity with a sweep, a little bit too slow. Get the uppercut, but what's the pressure gonna be like? A couple of jabs? No, it's a tick throw instead. Dash up, do it again.
Greedy stuff, LESHAR. Oh my goodness, that's 3. You will die. Oh my goodness.
Let's do it one more time to secure it. Ah, so we thought.
Of course.
That is much more potent of a mix-up. The instant overhead, the jump back.
And he hit him with the double perfect too.
Oh,
my goodness.
I didn't even know. I wasn't even prepared for that.
Yeah. LESHAR dropped the first round, then responding by not getting hit in consecutive rounds. My goodness.
Man,
and
you do that on national TV?
You're legitimately actually on national TV in Japan right now.
I didn't mean to cut you off there, to be honest with you, man. I gotta say, that's rude.
You can see, right, LESHAR starting to dash under these jump ins. He didn't try to immediately press the button because he got hit previously in a different game. So yeah, he's been adjusting these anti-air strats, but I feel like I haven't seen him struggle to anti-air before this event. It's been strange to me.
You know, I want to believe that as well, but there's been like a couple of talks. I talked to like JAK about that. He's like, you know, primarily my strategy against him is just to keep jumping.
Yeah, that's exactly what led JAK to victory. So maybe that has been something that has played them in the lead up to CAPCOM Cup.
We'll see if that comes to fruition. Yeah, being able to cover that, not too bad. Oil King with a big bust out, but very low on the drive gauge, so you know he's going to be backing away. He doesn't want to suffer any blocks, force himself into burnout.
Yeah, he's not risking any parries on the jump-ins as well, right? I guess this doesn't want to risk getting empty jump thrown, eating that type of damage. And right now, Oil King finds the low, striking first blood to get the knockdown, try to catch him to reach, but he does not. Very disciplined defense from LESHAR. Now, Ed as a character does have issues anti-airing, right? But LESHAR has just been so good, he's usually made up for that. Drive rush into the ODDP. No escape when you're burned out, because it would have chipped you out anyway.
It just makes so much sense. The way that he's been throwing out that flicker, the spacing that he is at, too, is only a matter of time. Not a big punish counter, but still a tap. There it is. I think that's the first uppercut we've seen, perhaps. Correct me if I'm wrong. We got 2 in a row now.
Yeah, not afraid of the Arabian Cyclones dodging. He's not going to get outright punished if Oil King manages to dodge the uppercut anyway. So I definitely like him finding his groove with that now.
No way you caught that, and the juggle.
My man recognizing everything. Force knockdown, juggle points, all of that. And this level 3 is going to put Oil King on life support.
You need a perfect range to bully, too. You could get yourself a flicker and just hang out, too, while maintaining the corner. Exactly that. He charged it up. He's waiting. He went for the kill rush forward and possibly catch Oil King trying to counterpoke. This might just be it, Ringe.
Yeah, indeed. And look, he's staying at a distance to where he can anti-air consistently if Oil King does jump. Somehow, some way, though, it ended up reaching into the tornado. Got clipped still with a prominent lead, though. Yeah, uppercut. See, that's what we said. He's not going to get outright punished for it if he does use the air cyclone to avoid it. That time just does chase it down properly with the air-to-air. Beautiful stuff from LESHAR. We saw it plaguing him early. Yeah, XIAN, I mean, it's going to be very unlikely that he doesn't make it out. So the fact that you're tied with LESHAR right now, it's most likely going to be one of you two, so you need to be dominant, or else it's going to be looking long.
Shout outs to Mike Ross. My man is grinning from ear to ear, seeing and hearing that analysis towards XIAN's score. But right now, JAK versus Big Bird into game 1. Already a pretty aggressive corner control situation from the side of Big Bird. Go forward, not going to catch the mark. Got the feng shui on it, but still had to eat damage, had to pay that fee. Forward throw, counter hit. JAK trying to press a button, and the jump to catch Big Bird. Yeah. Too spicy.
Classic, like, Oki type timing, right, where you back up and use a big old heavy button. He catches lights, he catches tech throws and whatnot, but it is susceptible to jumps, and JAK made the most of it. He's actually made this a lot closer of a round than we saw when it started, and has taken the lead just barely slightly. Oh, and then letting go of the parry, getting the perfect one back. Reject Big Bird, he's got the lead, and of course, the Yisar to follow.
Yo, he threw him just the perfect time.
Oh, and they tried to drive reversal. He didn't actually get the punish off, though.
It was too far.
Remember, drive reversal is only -6. He's a 7-frame crouch medium kick. I'm a little surprised Big Bird went with that option. But yeah, I think he was just too far for the 6-frame stand medium punch.
He tried to go for it with whatever he could touch with, I guess.
Yeah. So
I'd never seen that normal even try to be like a way to try to contest against drive reversal. It's just too slow, as you had mentioned.
Yeah. Very interesting. And now JAK starting off well, as we've seen time and time again. And remember, like I said, going into this, Big Bird needs to dominate. He's exactly tied with LESHAR right now, and with XIAN having that lead, it's most likely going to be Big Bird or LESHAR, not both.
That was needy as hell. Again, same exact route, or at least the same starter. It's going to be more than enough. You already know it. Being able to close it out, that's the round that Big Bird needed to boost his confidence. JAK, what's the rebuttal going to be like? You have 3 bars to your name, starting things off very aggressively too with that forward heavy. Oh.
Yeah, I think it was an execution error. Maybe he wanted something else, and then he just walks into the crouch medium kick. Is huge for JAK. He's not going to spend any meter just yet, and Big Bird risks the DP. Man, that could have been deadly. Oh, and he does it again, and we're going to get to see that now. And now that he did it on the second time and gets that one baited, it's going to result in burnout after this level 3 as well.
JAK at this point, he's got to seal it, right? He doesn't care about the level 1, and he also has so much fireball to back it. That block string spelled death no matter what. You started off with a meaty fireball, that is indeed checkmate.
Indeed, indeed. Just locked him up, strung him up, and JAK was able to chip him all the way out. Big Bird, of course, already readying up. I like JAK taking a moment, compose himself, not let the adrenaline get too much in control. Oh, that was almost such a clean whip punish from Big Bird, slightly late. That time, though, knew JAK was going to be sniffing for a forward throw.
Yeah, still being able to cover the whiff throw. JAK trying to jump out of the way. He selected that parry. Drive rush right into the Fierce from Big Bird. A couple more throws will do it as well. Meaty crouch medium. A perfect time to set yourself up for that perfect parry.
Yeah, I think it's so interesting how that held parry meta has kind of evolved. But right now, JAK able in the scramble to catch the crouch medium kick. Yeah, both players not committing to anything off of that, right? They're both very low on drive gauge, so they didn't want to send their OD projectiles like they had previously. Now Big Bird able to close out that one.
I was trying to gauge the distance as to why JAK decided to kind of like not pursue anything else off of that combo or off the crouch medium punch. I actually kind of blinked, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I would imagine maybe he tried to hold Big Bird, was trying to do something antsy with his meter, but either way, JAK now starting things off again. We're on the east side.
Indeed, is this your neighborhood or are you in the wrong neighborhood? We're going to find out real quick.
I never know geographically with the Midwest, but we'll talk about that later.
Now parrying, just protecting his drive gauge at any and all costs. And yeah, he did avoid the punish counter throw there, so good stuff from Big Bird, but doesn't matter. JAK maintains control. Renko kicks in the building. Set point.
And he's been waiting on that forever, Rinz. How many times has he tried to do that? A big opener for the side of JAK being able to stuff out the drive rush and aggressive start. Oh, this trade is everything. You get the Isar, you get the corner, and you also get a lot of damage possibly to the drive gauge, unless he finds the right parry.
But Big Bird is happy with getting the Isar out that early because he can potentially build another one, right? If he's even gonna need to right now. This is a good position to be in. Fakes the safe jump, goes low with the empty, and Big Bird's gonna be able to build to another level 2 here. Are we even gonna need it? Instead, level 1 for the kill. Big Bird keeping his hopes alive.
He talked about trying to dominate. That was pretty much his big hopes to at least set himself apart from LESHAR. But hey, man, at 1-1, we'll definitely take it. JAK has made it so close. I felt like that last game between the two still could have gone either way. Despite how it turned out towards the end of it, Big Bird seemed pretty comfortable. He managed to get his strategies going on offense. We'll see what adjustments need to be made now from the side of JAK. And to be fair, there was a slight mishap from that instant overhead, right? The jump medium punch allowed Big Bird to really seal the deal off of that. It could have been a different story had it connected properly.
Yeah, that's a great point, right? Yeah, Big Bird got clipped crouching in that instance, something you don't often see. And because of that, the dive kick did not connect afterwards properly. Good job, JAK, letting go of the parry right there, not getting punish counter thrown. Oh, that had to be an execution error.
What he could have tried to do after that.
Yeah, no way he was trying to do full screen overhead in response to the fireball. And man, JAK, he's got to immediately put that out of his mind, have that short-term competitive memory, and let that round go and look to play pristine going forward.
I'd imagine he tried to charge up for a fireball, perhaps. I'm not too sure.
Yeah. Yeah, most likely trying to nullify it, right, with a stock like a Fuha, and just ended up not getting the Fuha to come out.
Perhaps. It is a different direction, though, right? So I'm just kind of confused either way.
Yeah, sure.
I'm trying to think about it. Oh, yeah, split kicks. JCVD, eat your heart out.
Oh, big tech throw as well. Oh, beats him to the punch right there, but dropped it. What? Unfortunate error this time from Big Bird, and JAK was so ready to punish that, chasing it down with the drive rush.
Oh, that wasn't even a punish counter.
Oh, man, and he wakes up thrown, and he stuffs the attempt from the sky. JAK just overwhelming right now, but got a little bit too antsy with that. Big Bird's got CA on deck. He's not going to use it just yet. Fakes him out. Both players in burnout. Great day every day.
Single conversion could do it for both ends. Off of the jab. No way, that's going to miss.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know. Did JAK commit to a button in the air? I'm not even sure. Like, the Fierce with Juri kind of keeps her jump a little bit shallow. Like, she doesn't travel as far as she normally does. So maybe that's what Big Bird was planning on. Very strange, but all that meter is gone now. We're in the final round.
That's kind of rough. I can imagine so. I mean, like, just because of the angle. Oh, no. This could be the start of Big Bird's victory. Back-to-back punish counters with significant damage behind it. This is kind of tough.
Oh, man. And JAK, yeah, he's got to do it right. CA, when you're that low on drive gauge, you got to bring yourself back into the match. Give yourself a real shot at following up this CA with proper offense, and you need the drive gauge to do it. Fuha, beautifully spaced. Ooh, and the burnout with the string.
Oh, but he's burned out himself. That might just be checkmate. Isar is going to chip him out. Big Bird, 2-1 over JAK. In an instance where we thought he could have had the upper hand, especially after that burnout sequence, it was just